Introduce our guests for this episode, the Modern Day Catholic Crusaders. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. Always just like to start going left to right with introductions, name, grade, position, because unless you are wearing a number and have a face, like I actually don't see faces of football players. I'll come up to meet them and I'm like, no idea who you are. You're in street clothing. I feel really embarrassed. Like I'm an awful reporter. But if we could start with some introductions. Coach, for you, instead of name, grade, position, how many years have you been now at Modern Day Catholic?
I've been down there. I've been down there 15 years as a teacher and a coach. This will be my 12th year as a head coach.
Only ever coaching football, or have there been other?
I had a very, very, very short stint coaching freshman basketball, and I will not talk about my record. We were not very good
with any of these guys, or has this been? It's been a minute.
This was my first 2 years there. I think I coached freshman basketball. So
did you sign up for that position, or was that dropped on your lap?
I had coached basketball before, so I think they were just looking for someone, and I was like 25 at the time, so
it felt like a good fit. It felt like a good idea.
And extra money always helped at that point in my
life. It reminded you why you wanted to then go double down and focus on winning state championships at football.
After that, it was like, let's go focus on football.
Did you hold like an official retirement press conference to announce the end of your basketball coaching career?
Nobody cared at all.
Well, deal. Well, then we will take this moment to officially retire from basketball.
I'm still a free agent if anybody's listening.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. We'll put that out there.
I'm Jose Santos. I'm class of 2022, and I'm the center.
Jason Harden, class of 22, defensive end.
Jeremiah Cook, linebacker, class of 2022.
Brian Dukes, DB receiver, class of 2022.
Okay, I do have to ask. You introduce yourself as the center. Is there no backup? Did you already kill him? Is he? Did we get rid of him, or just that's the level of confidence you have in you're the man this year that's going to run this offense?
I'm a 3-year starter. I think I got it locked down.
Deal. Fair enough.
The center.
The center. It's nice though, right? Like, do you put that in the media guide? Like, not just he plays center, he's like the Ohio State type.
Well, it's a really, I think, undervalued position. So knowing that you have a 3-year guy coming back and you can trust him and he's going to set the tone and be the leader up there, it feels good to know that. But we do have some great backups.
Well, centers though the least interchangeable of all. Like, you can move a guard. I understand that everyone out there who actually knows football is gonna be like, oh no, you can't just move from right tackle to left tackle. Like, it's so hard. But you can't just put a dude in at center just because he's strong and like knows how to take a first step, right? Like, that's an art form almost that people. Do you feel completely underappreciated that like there's more that goes into being a center than any of us know?
I feel like in football, yeah, but like with my team, everyone knows I'm the center, that I'm an important part. My quarterbacks, my running back make me feel special. These guys make me feel appreciated. So I think as a position, yeah, it's underappreciated.
Yeah, your defense makes you feel appreciated because they get you the ball back all the time. Yeah. I don't think that. Yeah, you can confirm that you guys turn over. Okay, so then let's ask about the defense. You guys are what, 10 practices? Like, you're past the point where you're getting the rust off. Like, how are things looking?
Well, I feel like we've probably had the rust off for a while now. We're in the motion of things. So right now we're looking really solid. Every spot is we have really good players at every spot. So we're just working to make sure that we're the best when it comes to that.
Yeah, each day we just come in, compete, get better.
I feel like we have like a really solid linebackers, corners, everybody's good. You know, big hitters. We're ready.
Oh, yeah.
I'm already ready.
Do you have big hitter? Can we put names with labels here on who some of the big hitters might be this year?
Trey Edwards, Brian Dukes, Jason Harden, Jeremiah Cook.
Speaking about yourself in the third person, I like that. Approved. It feels like, Coach, you guys had no brand name necessarily. Then you stormed on the scene with CJ Verdell's class and just laid waste to everybody. Took a year off to have a bunch of freshmen starting again, and now you're back with like, oh, we don't just have one or two signature players this time. We have goons at every level of everything. You're still a small school though. You're not going up in enrollment. It's not like you're all of a sudden snagging a huge incoming freshman class or anything like that. So what has it been like molding this from, we got one or two guys, into everybody's like wants to be a bandwagon fan of us now because we have so much clout?
Well, yeah, I mean, the CJ era and that time was a lot of fun and a lot of great guys that have gone on and had great college.
And I'm probably
careers.
disrespecting a certain degree of that roster, but it was a
of course. Listen.
There was this signature thing there.
Of course. But we were about 700 kids back then. Modern Day Catholic now is over 1,000 students. So,
so the school has gone up in size.
Yeah, our enrollment's growing great. It's really exciting. But I think in terms of football, this is probably the deepest roster we've ever had. The spring season was great. We graduated an amazing class, but we had so much talent returning, and a lot of these guys got some experience, at least 5-game experience. And so when you return 7 starters on defense and another 6 on offense after losing such a great class, you guys would sleep a little better.
You guys would have been what, 7th or 8th grade when CJ was a senior, 6th grade? What,
somewhere around there.
Any recollection of that? Like, were you guys at that championship game against Olympian? Like, what level of connection do you have to that?
Modern day, you think of CJ Verdell.
He is the GOAT.
Yeah.
It's just anybody going to break that, or is he going to be the GOAT for a minute? Like, it's going to always, like, he'll be like Reggie Bush to Helix. Like, there will never be someone that replaces him, or does someone from right now's generation have a target on CJ's back as the biggest product of modern day?
I feel like right now our closest to that is kind of Trey Edwards. He really steps up. He has that name in the media.
One of the big hitters.
Yeah, one
big
of the big hitters, 5-star.
We need an explosion somewhere on this soundboard to hit for the Trey Edwards button, allegedly. I am curious with the way like you said, this has been going upwards. Just as a program, what was the reaction to the spring season? Like, there was the highs and lows. I don't want to single out a specific win. A lot of teams that I've talked to have taken different value and stock of what that spring season was. A couple people have been like, no, that was just a great way to get our seniors some outings. Other people have been like, man, that was the most valuable time we could have ever spent in pads. What do you guys feel like spring did for you guys?
Yeah, I think it was very valuable. It was a time where we kind of got to see where everyone was at. It was my first year back after sophomore season. I wasn't able to play that season, so getting back in that role, getting film out, that really helped me and a couple of our other teammates here. Really also seeing our potential, so seeing some of the guys that we have out, seeing some of those sophomores that are now juniors where we didn't really know who they were, but now they're showing out, they're getting offers, they're getting noticed out there, and it's like, okay, now we're seeing our weapons, we're seeing what we can do.
Yeah, we really wanted to set a tone, let people know what Modern Day's bringing next year.
Was last year slightly ahead of schedule, or was the results that you saw in spring exactly what you had drawn up for last year's graduating class type results?
No, I think if we had a full season, we would have liked to see what that group was able to do. Especially that senior class had won a lot of games and done a lot of great things for us. But, you just we were all in the same situation. So we weren't unique. We were all kind of going through it, but we had a couple guys not play, a couple guys sit out. And so it gave younger guys an opportunity to really do things. And I think it helped accelerate, like Brian was saying, a couple sophomores or a couple freshmen who we weren't sure could play at 7 o'clock. And now we know they can. And so when you come back this year and it's a quick turnaround, you feel a little more comfortable filling those holes.
Any of you guys do a spring sport?
Yeah. I do. I actually had 2 spring sports. I had to choose between one, so I was doing this spring. I actually chose basketball over track.
Normal spring sport, though, you would do track, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
No.
I play baseball.
My man. I'm asking this to everybody, knowing that it will never actually be a real thing, though, in San Diego, but having come off of it, you guys are the one generation that did pads in the spring. Other states do pads in the spring. Would you want a 2-week in pads spring football with 1 game? Or just would you want to do that full contact spring if it meant maybe taking some time off of track or baseball?
No.
And I more and more coaches are immediately just being like, shut your damn mouth.
Yeah, I get it for some places. For us, over 70% of our football players play at least 2 sports, if not 3. So our spring season really is just the guys out there running around doing the best we can. I'm a big proponent of guys playing multiple sports. I think guys are playing one sport, they got their whole life to be one thing. So we try to push them to do other things and play baseball and wrestle and run track and those types of things. So for us, that's more important than a spring season in football.
You guys know interest?
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with Coach. I don't think my body could take so much.
It's a good time to heal and lift and just get
Get ready for the next season. Yeah.
Yeah, and the only, I mean, I've heard one good argument with Rick Jackson saying he thought it might make football safer, giving kids who are freshmen some actual time to do padded stuff in advance of a hell week. And everyone else has been like, yeah, it would be dope for some of our kids. But it's just, like I said, you guys are the only generation that will have ever actually done spring football here. So I got to ask.
Yeah, I think also kind of goes, so a lot of our players in our program kind of do track. So track is that thing.
Oh, no, track's a must.
Yeah.
And I, not fast enough nor athletic enough, I know, shocker, to have done track. But I love track meets. I have only, oddly enough, one person, the kid from Patrick Henry here, was like, nah, man, track meets they're death matches. And I'm like, no, they're very friendly. Like, everybody is really dope. Like, the track culture has always blown my mind, how you can go from, like, in football season being like, we're not friends this week. Like, I got to play you two. If you're in the lane next to someone in the 400, you're like, all right, man, good luck this race. And afterwards, like, oh, man, that was dope. That was great. And I've never understood how track has just this one vibe of, like, this friendly brotherhood that everyone just loves each other. And I've always advocated that more people should do track.
Oh, yeah.
Question at Mater Day. Do you guys go, are you the kind of guys that go support other teams?
Oh, of
they
course.
try
Oh,
and
of
get them to
course.
come support
Basketball
you?
games, best student section.
Do you guys realize, though, and I have to ask this, you have the best girls golf team in, like, the state.
And softball.
And softball.
Softball too. Yeah.
Softball.
Softball with the open division games, girls golf. They're stuck in D2.
Ryan has to go to the softball games.
That would be a wide open door for question number 2. Why?
Shout out.
Man, coach. No, I have a friend on the team. She's my girlfriend. She's
You want to stick the landing a little harder on that?
She's going to Utah State, so for softball. So
Nice.
I like to support those. Yeah.
Congratulations, man. Utah State's the Aggies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
You seen snow before?
I have actually.
Okay, so you're capable of doing this long distance if you
Yeah.
have to go to Utah?
I think so.
Deal. Now, are you, like, specifically there just cheering for her, could care less about the rest of the game, or are you, like, in modern day gear, like, go team go, like, trying to be the publicly number one over-the-top boyfriend, like, posting on your story, like, out here at the gate, where... And you might not even be allowed to answer this honestly. They might have to fill in for you. So you take your attempted answer, and then we'll have them tell whether or not he's being honest.
No, yeah, I have posted a few softball game posts.
Yeah.
More than a few. We should hire him as our softball reporter.
Right.
Before this kind of like relationship, I wasn't really going to the game, so that kind of brought me more to say softball. I used to play baseball, so.
And now you're softball's biggest fan.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. So is this going to affect your college? Are you trying to get the University of Utah to come knocking, or am I digging too deep into that?
Actually, there was this was before any of that relationship, but Coach Joyner was cool enough to get me on a class of 2022. It was like a junior day, I think it was, something with the University of Utah. So that kind of already kind of had me sparked with Utah, and I took a trip up there for basketball.
It's a sneaky good opportunity.
Yeah.
It's a pretty okay campus. Like, it's not a bad setup. People don't really necessarily think of Salt Lake City as being. But that's why we turned the mic down. But yeah, it's oddly fun for the setup there. I also think that sometimes when you don't go to like the peak things, gives athletes more room to develop in college, a la Devin Lloyd, the guy from Otay who's going into his senior year now, I think, at Utah. Like, he's no joke, and he was a lot of people that were like, oh, like, he's good, like 4th or 5th in the silver pigskin voting, whatever, like, very forgettable, coming out of Utah where he got plenty of playing time and didn't have to be like, oh, I'm sitting behind 3 other 5-star recruits.
Yeah, we played Devin twice his senior year. He was the real deal.
People forget that he was the punter also for that Otay team his senior
He
year.
did
It was the
everything. He was a
funniest
monster.
thing, watching him like stiff arm people because there was no blocking, so he just buy himself extra time. Going into this season, who's got control of the aux cable on the team?
Oh, Coach
Coach, okay, wait. There's again polar ends of the spectrum. Coach, why are you shying away from this conversation? Because you just can't stand their musical choices. It makes you too stressed, or
obviously being a Catholic school, we have a little bit of rules when it comes to pregame music. Practice is one thing. We have a speaker on the field, but when we play it over the loudspeaker, kind of same thing happens every year. They make a playlist, they give it to me. The first song is I say no.
You guys don't even put any effort into trying to hide it. You're just like, Coach, look, this is who we are.
Ready.
We do, but it's hard. There's not a lot of good music that doesn't have cussing.
Well, what we try to do is make kind of like a clean playlist, but that clean playlist still has like the words that
You can still figure out from the context of the rest of the song that not necessarily the most heavenly vibes coming from whoever it is. So.
Coach likes the music though. The first practice with the music on, he started going in the DB lines, catching balls and everything.
Got a little, just like he was like kind of like vibing to it, like
Running out.
no,
yeah.
0 drops, all
Zero
catches.
drops. They don't think I still have it,
Coach
but I
got
still
hands.
got it.
Coach got better hands
It
than
was the
Brian.
music.
I believe that you've got the better hands. We also have a lot of the coaches coming in claiming they can still bench press more than everybody. That's not your?
No, I retired all that kind of stuff.
It's just stick it. The
I'll
drills
still
that you
run
can
through the drills with these guys once in a while. I leave the bench press in the Jeremiah.
So if we
knows
did
that.
one drive down the field, I'm putting you at what, corner, or is what you're saying? You could stick it to somebody, or you're going on offense. What?
He doesn't want the smoke.
No. I'm dead serious. Like you're fitting into one position on your like you'd be on your defense. You'd be a corner, safety. What would you
I'm
want?
a linebacker. I was a linebacker my whole life, and I'm too slow to play anywhere.
Okay,
other than right in the
so
middle.
we put you with your starting defense. Insert you at linebacker.
I could not start for us. I promise you that.
No, okay.
I was pretty good back in the day,
He's
but
still one of those
our linebacking
big
core
hitters.
is I'm a fan of our linebacking core. There's some very
He doesn't get the big hitter explosion on the no.
Just chill on his.
Edwards, Cook,
Chill on his.
Friend,
Because
Lapisi.
coach might seem to me like the drop in coverage linebacker that you forget about, and then he picks it and he takes
I
it.
got
He
some
takes it to the house.
VHS tapes somewhere at my mom's house. I'll show these guys.
Yo, no lie, I don't think any of you understand the struggle of like actually having to physically cut tape and put it in a mail it to colleges instead of doing huddle.
My dad, he still shows me his tapes from like high school and college. It looks like a struggle.
What, your dad's skill at football or having it on physical tape?
Can you repeat that?
What was the struggle? Your dad playing football, or that you had to put it on VHS?
Oh, not his skill.
Okay, deal. I didn't know if that was like you were taking a shot low key at dad or not.
I'm trying to match his skill.
There we go. So first game of the season is next week. You guys have Brawley. Are you going to give me the we only take it one game at a time, or can I get an honest answer about what's something early in the season that has you guys the most excited?
One play at a time.
Oh, not even a
Play
whole
at a
game
time.
at a time, coach. Good job. Good job. Oh,
This isn't like nothing. I think we just are excited to face a team that's different. You know, we don't face a lot of teams like Brawley, so it's exciting. I think on our end, especially as a defense and an offense, kind of trying new things, seeing how it's going to go, different coverages and all that.
the center wants to weigh in on Brawley, it would seem.
Not even just Brawley, just the first game. So excited to be back out. We have so much new energy on this team. Like,
Student section and everyone's cool to be there. Like, you're going to get full-ish capacity. Theme announced yet for the game? No?
I don't think so.
Gotta come
Is a
up with
blackout, whiteout? Like, what's the thing? Do you guys have one that you prefer playing in front of? Just fans?
I like our alternate, or I don't know what it's called. It's the blue jersey, white pants. That's the best to me. The all blue is, I don't like it.
I got something coming for you guys. You're not supposed to know yet, but I got a little something.
Oh,
I'm
for what
excited.
week?
I like
I'm
that.
excited.
Week one, for week one?
We'll see how we play on Saturday.
Deal.
I like
Deal.
blackout. Blackout's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the? Because you guys aren't in school yet, right? Or you're not in school yet.
Not yet.
No.
So is it going to be a struggle to get people there? If it's the first week, you should be good then.
Yeah.
You get a pep rally that week too?
We should.
Maybe.
hope so.
It might have got canceled. I'm not sure. But
In general, I'm just trying to figure out how close to an actual like football season we are in terms of all the off-field stuff.
well, I know a few HB people. They told me that we are having a pep rally. Cheerleaders told me so.
They're going to try at least.
Yeah.
They're going to try. It hasn't been it canceled in advance. Someone just blankly said, no, we're not going to have any of that. So, all right, deal. Fair enough. So maybe at least for homecoming, we can guarantee that enough people will be there. Really appreciate you guys coming in. We will get you guys out of here to go back to getting ready for Brawley. But I do like asking. You're going to have to forgive me. All seniors?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's the that's I gotta buy my dog food alarm. What's the goal? What's the legacy? What do you want to get done this year? What's the thing that there's like a lot to this question, but just when I say what do you want to get done, what are you going to miss this year? What do you want to take the most advantage of for the next 15 weeks of your life?
State champs.
Aiming for the stars. Got to.
Just trying to get better, mentally.
One kid's got the message.
And I'm really just looking for a state champ.
Yes, sir.
Trying to end it out right. Been 4 years. Trying to end it right.
Coach, what are you looking forward
bringing
to
it
for
back.
15 more weeks of football back in your life?
Just want these guys to have the best experience they can have, and stay healthy. And if they do their best, we should, have a lot of fun. And hopefully, we have our personal goals and we have our team goals. And it starts with a league title. And if you win the league, then you got a chance to win CIF. You win CIF, you got a chance to win state.
And you guys are Division
3.
Very hard to figure all this out because it hasn't been posted on CIF's website. I'm trying to guess off the Max Prep stuff still from last year. Feels like that's a fun division this year. Very winnable, very wide open for you guys to have a fun little run. We look forward to following all that. I will have all the information. What's up, everybody? I will have all the information for their schedule in the bio for this, so you guys can go check them out all season. But Friday. Yes, it's a Friday game against Brawley, right? It hasn't been moved to Thursday because some of these lacks of refs are starting to get moved around already. I'm terrified for the rest of this season happening all on time. But as of now, Friday, 6:30, that might be one of the games you want to go out to if you don't have one specifically picked out for that first game. Thank you guys so much for being with us, and we'll talk to you later this season.